Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy, Reverend Emmy. I'm here on my channel, Emmy Evolving. I'm live on both YouTube and Facebook. And I hope you guys are having an amazing morning so far. I'm going to be doing a reading, and this reading is intense. Are they not all intense? I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is you can feel what's happening in your heart, but are you listening? So I don't know if if we are listening enough, right? Whatever it is that's going on, there's a lot of listening needing to take place, and I don't know if we're listening. I really don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Yes. All right. And then I have three of these decks. I cannot shuffle them. I can't shuffle them together. It's too thick. It's too many cards. So we got a couple from here. It's there. Ah! They all fell in my lap. All right. I'll get a couple from here. Final stack. All right, guys. We're going to get started, okay? Let me Okay, we're ready. I don't know what we're ready for, but we're ready. I don't know why I like to keep them in separate stacks. Whatever. Anywho, turning in. So it seems as though we're not actually turning inwards. We're not taking the time to assess where we are within ourselves, within our life, within our journey. And this lack of assessment is the very thing that's causing us to miss the very minute, very nuanced details of what our soul is trying so hard to communicate to us. Letting go. um, Card number 8, letting go, and then card number 4, right? So if 4 is the number of the self, it is a number of the reunification. When 4 is upside down, they'll think the letting go part is the right thing to do. But when they write themselves up, there's this realization that letting go was never meant to happen. Now, letting go of what is what you have to determine. Okay? Because not everything in your life needs to be held on to. That's just the reality of it. Not everything in your life needs to be held on to. And we have to pay attention to what needs to be released and what needs to be better grasped, better held on to. Adventure in reverse. So, this is like a fear of this moving forward. When you move forward in your life, it's kind of like you're going on this adventure. You're exploring areas that you maybe aren't familiar with, or maybe you haven't ever been to. That's the whole part of the adventure, right? With it in reverse, it kind of gives this message of the polar opposite, where you're not willing to go to the areas or do the things that you've never done before. And if you're miserable in life, because many of us are miserable, many of us pretend we're okay, but in reality, we are very, very miserable with where we are, what we're doing, our job, our relationships, our this, our that. Ooh, my package arrived. Sorry. My package arrived. I didn't realize that. I thought it wasn't going to arrive yesterday. Anywho, I just noticed it. Doing something different is necessary if you are very unhappy with the results of the decisions you've made in life thus far. Okay. If you're not happy, changes need to be made. And whatever those changes are probably the very things that are bringing you to or towards your happiness. Maturity. So I'm wondering if these messages are to kind of facilitate, to assist in your process of maturing, of, beginning to better embrace the things that you need to do, the changes that need to be implemented. Thunderbolt in reverse. So this is to me, it's basically the tower moment, right? But it's in reverse. I'm wondering. I get this weird feeling. I feel like someone wants to be set free, but then they keep being pulled back in. Let's see. Continued oppression, living in a rut, entrapment in an unhappy situation. When the door is open, when you have the appendages to be able to open that door, to unlock it, when you have a key to the house, you are not entrapped. You are giving your power away. And I think what's happening is a lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation, yet again. Yet again. Okay, so example being put in my head. This sense of you ended a relationship. Maybe it's a work partnership. Maybe it is a friendship. Maybe it's romantic. Maybe it's family. I don't know. You ended a relationship, a connection, and this person has very routinely played this role of, I can't do this, I can't do that, I need help. Hire a handyman. I'm just saying. Like at some point it's going to have to be this thing of recognizing how you are being sucked in, and when you continue to play into that game, they're going to continue to play that game. It's a game nonetheless. It's a game. I'm not about games. Mm-mm. No, I'm not about games. I don't like games. But if you want to continue to be in that game, you know what I mean, I would totally be like, this is the last time I'm going to come over to open the jar of pickles. This is the final time I'm going to do that. Anything beyond this, I mean, you're going to have to start setting aside some funds every week to hire a handyman. Okay? I think Lindsay has a number for that as well. Is it 1-800-888-8888 to speak to God? Uh-huh. Sharing your light and your abundance with the sunflowers. Is that calendula? Is that a sunflower? Or is that calendula? I think that's calendula. Anywho, I don't know that you're meant to share your light and your abundance with this person who, fell out of the tower. It's like they shoved you out of the tower and then jumped out themselves so that they can't be portrayed as the, horrendous person that they are. This person feels Horrendous. Horrendous. Or if you'd like me to enunciate, horrendous. That it's me talking shit. Okay, let me not talk shit because I'm on a strict schedule. Receptivity. You're receptive to the lotus that grows in the muck. See, here's the thing. Some people exist in muck because they create the muck. That's not what you're looking for. That's what you have, though. The sense that I get is you're looking for the true lotus who exists as a beautiful testament to the tenacity of their own soul. They exist in a muck that just already existed, and they were able to do something there, to create beauty there. Not this plastic lotus that you got from, I don't know, does Walmart have plastic lotuses? Wherever you would get a plastic lotus, and then someone went ahead and stirred up all the water to make it all murky and muddy and yucky, and you know what this person wants is a person who can create alchemical change, a person who they've witnessed transcend everything that life has brought their way, this transcendence, not a person who creates the drama and then asks other people to solve the drama they created. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You made me so mad. I don't know. I don't know. Rebirth and reverse. See, here's the thing. You're over here like, are you the lion or the camel? Are you the lion or the camel? And what I mean by that question is, are you the strong, brave one? Or are you simply a camel that holds on to as much as you can while continuing to choose to exist in the most inhospitable spaces? I don't know. I kind of have no patience for people who do that, where they continue to exist in the very spaces where they're made to feel so far removed from the truth of what they are, which is a powerful individual, someone who deserves reciprocity when it comes to the level of respect they give out. I mean, I'm trying not to get triggered. I'm trying. I'm trying really hard not to allow this to emotionally to remove me from my emotional center. I just get tired of the same message. I get so fed up with the people who have the capacity to change, but they just choose not to. And I'm trying my best to remind myself that everyone learns in their own time, right? They learn in their own time, and when they really are ready and willing and able, then they will. They'll choose something differently for themselves. And until then, I have to just kind of stay in my lane. See, like nothingness. Nothingness. It's just nothing. There's no hope there. There's no potential there. There's no happiness. There's no growth. There's nothing. It's a nothingness. Just nothing. And I don't know. I don't feel like it's my place to tell people who they are. Jesus Christ. I launched all the cards. It was amazing to see, but also rather stressful. Let me just, thank God they all stayed on the desk. It's frustrating. It's beyond frustrating. It's disheartening. It's disappointing. Is it okay for me to like to feel disappointed about this? It's disappointing. It's like just so disappointing. It's like a level of disappointing that causes me to feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should believe that that's really all you deserve. Maybe I'm the issue that's because I'm like trying to empower you and encourage you to be something that you're not. Because what I think you are is a powerful, independent, autonomous sovereign. And maybe I need to just stop with that and just believe you when you believe that you're not. Things get frustrating. Things get so frustrating when you can see clearly, but then it's okay because it's like it's not my situation and I have to rest within the thought that you're learning something right now. I don't know what it is and it's not for me to dictate your life, right? And just leave it at that. Share your thoughts, but it's in reverse, so it's this thing of really keeping your thoughts, probably because you're in an environment that doesn't respect the fact that you have your own thoughts. It's again this message of that upside down ethos. That upside down logic that whoever this is existing within. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Have courage. If you're a lion, be a lion. Stop pretending to be a freaking camel if you are a lion. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's what you do in the face of it. Be a curious creature. I mean, and this is a situation that's become so oppressive that you're no longer curious. Instead, you're simply afraid. You're simply going from one situation of mitigating drama to another situation of mitigating other drama. No, Marlene. No. Blinded by bias. There's this bias that exists because it's like, at least you already know the environment that you're in. It sucks, but at least you know what it is. And here's the thing though, if you already know that so well, what I've found life to do for people is expose you to something you don't know. So what's that tell you? Well, for me, it tells me that if all I know is misery, once I let go of that misery, my life will expose me to the polar opposite so that I can get a better understanding. What's the opposite of misery? I guess we won't know until we let that go, will we? It's time, but it's in reverse. It's in reverse. So that's telling me that you're getting too caught up in your own thoughts. You're allowing your sight to become calibrated to someone else's fear. Mm. I don't know why this pops in my head. It's this thought of like, of course, someone who wants to control you will be afraid of the very person who can set you free. Of course. Of course, they would encourage you to stay away from the person that can help you to feel encouraged and empowered to think for yourself. About 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago, my aunt passed away, right? And I was going through some stuff because 6 months before that, my mom had passed away, and this aunt was basically my second mother. She helped raise me, and she's always just so good to me. And I was devastated. I was devastated. And I remember I was live streaming, and the next thing you know, someone comes on the live stream and they're real ballsy. They're real ballsy. They're mad at me. They're super livid with me because of the fact that they're pissed off that their man listens to me more than to them. And that since he started watching me, he doesn't listen to anything she says. And she's trying to get this point across that I'm enabling his toxicity and this and that. And I'm like, bitch, you the only toxic one here. She basically wanted me to stop live streaming because it was affecting her ability to control her man. So then what you want is a boy. And what you're starting to see is a man who thinks for himself and won't play with your shit. Yeah, won't play games with you anymore. No, I don't care who doesn't like me. I'm going to continue to be honest and open and outright with my truth, with where my consciousness leads me as I see cards. Let them not like me. You have people in your life who tell you that you shouldn't watch me. Those are probably the people who want to control you. Those are probably the people. I've had individuals tell me that their significant other doesn't like when they watch me, like their significant other can't stand me. And I'm like, oh, please let them know I'm sorry I agitate their demons. Of course. When you watch things, when you're exposed to things that help you to become empowered within yourself and your decision making, the one who wants to control you does not like that. They don't like that. I've had girlfriends whose boyfriend or husband doesn't want them hanging out with me because why? I don't involve myself in your relationship. When you ask me or share with me the really messed up stuff that's going on in your relationship, all I really ever say is, you'll know when you're done. You won't have to ask anyone. You'll just make decisions for you. And then you'll let everyone know after you've already made the decision, after you've left, after you've this, after you've that. And, it's not really my place. It's not really my place to dictate. And their other person still doesn't like them hanging out with me. Why? Because I'm empowered. I am a powerful, balanced woman. That's dangerous. It's a dangerous thing to be in the presence of a matriarch, someone who can actually see through all the BS. That's just what I do. I use my eyes to actually truly see, to see how your words align with your energy or misalign with your energy. I can't help it. I can't stop that. Anytime someone communicates with me, I'm aware when you're lying. I'm aware when you're embellishing the truth. I'm aware. It's an awareness that I cannot turn off. Why do you think I don't like to go out? Why do you think I don't like to socialize? I'm aware of my effect on other people. I'm aware of the discomfort they feel in the presence of someone who sees, who knows. Regardless of how quiet I am, they're aware too. They're aware that I'm aware. Why does that scare you? Because you have malicious, malignant intent? Is that why? Because you're worried that I'll know what you're planning? Those type of people should be left alone. They really, really should. Love that you are different, but it's in reverse. So it's this thing of you being shamed consistently for not following the ethos you exist within, the mindset, this obligatory existence, where the people in your environment keep telling you what is right for you when they don't even know you. They don't know you. Ooh. Oh, someone in the comments. I heard that. Someone was like, and you know them? I do. I know them in a way you never will. You know why? Because I'm safe. I can be their home. And you're just a seedy motel that makes their skin crawl and they can't wait to leave when they have the ability to. That's the difference between a toxic feminine and a goddess in the flesh. And you're welcome. I know you didn't thank me for that explanation, but you're welcome for the clarity that I just gifted you. And next time, even when you address me silently, follow the question with Reverend Emmy. It's the only proper way to address me. That's who I am. If you need more clarity, definitely let me know and I'll provide you more. And if you want to know about my credentials, I don't have any. I'd say that makes me more powerful. That someone else didn't have to teach me to be the way that I am, that I just am the way I am. So recognize when you're kneeling in front of someone who's been selected by God itself. And there's a place for you right beside me when you're done behaving the way you do. When you're done with that toxic logic that has driven away the very thing you want, there's a space beside me, but you have to earn that first by working through your own traumas that you're projecting onto other people. I won't tolerate that here. It's no one else's fault that you've lived through what you've lived through. You cannot blame the people who were not even present when that injury was inflicted upon you. Okay? All right. So, here and now, it's time to exist in the here and the now rather than continuing to exist in this space and this time that's been expired for so long. You realize whenever you hyperfixate on things that happened in the past, you're attempting to travel back and exist in that already expired moment. All right. It's time to rise. Time to rise. Okay. It's time for you to rise up. You're going to feel sore. It might hurt if you've been sitting in an uncomfortable, very small position for a very long time. It's going to be something uncomfortable to get yourself out of at first. At first, do some stretches. Allow your muscle tone to return. Hmm. There's a thought. I don't know if I should push further. It's a thought. I'm curious. I can feel someone thinking intensely, but their thoughts are obscured. I'll leave it alone. Name the thing. Ooh, in reverse. Mm. Someone's afraid to name what it is they want. Someone's afraid to make official what it is, they desire. They're afraid. Name the thing. Name the thing. What is it? What do you want? What do you want in life? What type of life do you want? What type of situations would help to grow you? What type of people? Mm, is it a person that you want and that's why you don't want to name it? Mhm. I don't know. Balance your energy. The only way to balance your energy is to get off the tightrope. And when you continue to exist in an environment where someone makes you feel you are constantly tippy toes on a tightrope, why do you do that to yourself? Why do you force yourself to continue to exist in environments that are unnecessarily painful? Sometimes when we are in an environment that is painful, the lesson and the only lesson to learn there is how to exit. And the only appropriate way to exit is with your dignity intact. Be without malice, but it's in reverse. So this is an individual that's being dealt with that is very malicious, malignant. I'm trying to stay in my lane. Trying to stay in my lane. This is someone who is very, very malignant and malicious. Do not underestimate the gravity of what they can do. Um, there's nothing I'll deny if it's the truth. It's almost this sense of, I don't know, it's almost this sense of like trying to protect someone else, like trying to protect someone else because this individual is threatening to, I don't know, like reach out to someone else's family and share information that they think will drive a wedge and cause the very breakdown of connectivity that they need in order to continue to control the person they're trying to control. I don't know if that makes sense. They should be very careful with that tactic. That might be the very tactic that initiates a process that brings these two people together. You see, what I've learned over the years, what some do for evil, the light allows for good. Right? That's the very trauma induced secretion that can go ahead and be the initiator. It's what initiates the very thing that needed to happen in the first place. There's nothing I would ever deny if it's the truth. I remember in high school, I had a falling out with my best friend. She had been my best friend since I think like seventh grade. And we were like seniors in high school at this point. And I began to see that she wasn't the person that I love, right? I began to see some really ugly characteristics, and I wasn't vibing with that, and I just couldn't stand it anymore. I don't know why. I just couldn't. And now looking back, it was like, oh, damn, she was just going through something. She was trying to find herself. She was very insecure with what she was going through. It was causing her to act out in the way that she was. I should have been more patient. I should have spoken to her privately. But instead, being a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, I was just like, I cannot stand her. Right. And so, it was three of us that were best friends. And the two of them are closer best friends. And the other girl who was in this trio, she asked me questions about her. And I was like, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. And I was honest with this person. And so this person goes back and tells the girl that I was talking about. And so the girl I was talking about, excuse me, she comes up to me after school. We go to the same high school. She comes up to me after school, and high school class just got out. Everyone is still there. And she totally just starts yelling at me. She's like, "Did you call me a bitch?" She said the whole word. Did you call me that? And I was like, yeah, I did. I called you a bitch. If you don't want me to call you a bitch, stop acting like one. She thought I was going to deny it. And I was like, no, I called you a bitch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she starts getting super loud. She's talking about she's not scared of me and this and that. Okay, first, I'm not threatening you. So I don't know why you would need to tell me you're not scared of me. And then she tells me that she invites me into a fist fight, but not on campus because she didn't want to get suspended. I'll meet you wherever the fuck you want to meet, bitch. I'm not tripping, boo. You're not scared of me. I'm not scared of you either. There's nothing that I say in private that I would deny publicly. If I'm going to deny it publicly, I'm not going to do it privately. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's me. There's nothing anyone can say to put something over my head like, I'm going to tell people blah, blah, blah. Bitch, bring them over here. I'll tell them my damn self. I'll let them know. Yeah, I'll let them know myself. Bring them over here. I'll let them know. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I say what I say. I have a right to my own opinion. And that's just that. It's my opinion. I don't think the issue is my opinion. I think the issue is that you are giving my opinion so much power over you and your life that now you feel you got to blah, blah, blah. You can blah, blah, blah all you want because I can bada bing, bada boom. I'm just saying, while you blah, 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 I'll bada bing, bada boom. It's all good. It's all good. I don't get myself into things that I can't handle. I just don't. That's not the kind of person that I am. You want to bring it to my door? The fact that you can knock on my door tells me I can handle you, baby boo. Bring it. I don't care. It's like we have to really allow ourselves to exit out of this space of fear. Here's the reality of it, okay? And this is the reality of my life. There is nothing that you can tell my husband that I haven't already told him. This man has the passwords to everything, not because he asked me to, but because he's the only one between us that's responsible enough to write down the password, and I can't remember the passwords. So he literally can go ahead and look at every single messenger on every single platform and know everything. As a matter of fact, I'll one up this. If you send me audio, chances are I'm listening to that audio with him beside me. I'm just saying. What did you want to tell him? Huh? What? I'm sorry. Say it to my good ear. What? Oh, I already told him that years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I literally don't hide things. He literally can go look at whatever the hell he wants to look at. He has a passcode to my phone. Half the time, if I don't have my purse, I ask him to hold the phone. What you gonna tell him? What you gonna tell him? Nah? What? I'm just saying, y'all live in that way. Like, if I do something that my husband would be very mad at me for, he can be mad at me. If I'm afraid that he's going to be mad at me if I'm going to do something, I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm not going to do it. And there are some things where I'm like, you just going to have to be mad. You just going to have to be mad at me because this is something that I have to do. That's what you call an adult, right? That's what you call an adult. Don't let people coerce you into this place of smallness and fear because of the life you've lived. It's your life. Oh, you want to bring something up that I should be embarrassed about from when I was like what, 15, 16, what, early 20s? Go ahead. It's not going to embarrass me. Why? I'll probably laugh because I look at the things that I've decided when I was a lot younger and it was kind of asshole-ish. To me, it's kind of hilarious. Like, I really thought I really thought I thought I knew everything. I thought that I was listening to my intuition to the degree that I should have, and I really wasn't. And I was operating from a place of fear for much of my younger life. And I look back and it doesn't embarrass me. I'm like, damn, I've grown so much. I was a stupid little hoe. I was so dumb. Oh my God. Thank God I'm not dumb anymore. That will be the reaction you got. Seriously. Seriously. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And if people are like, well, I don't have that, um, I don't have that in my relationship. The only real logical thing I can ask is why are you in that relationship? Why are you in that relationship? I remember having dated my husband for only a few months and then my ex wanted to go hang out. Um, and so I told my then boyfriend, now husband, hey, so and so wants to go hang out. We're going to go clubbing. He's like, okay, have fun. All right, I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, he was aware. He's aware. No, I don't just do what he wants either. Nor does he just do what I want. Be in an environment where you can actually be yourself. Be in an environment where you can actually be yourself. If someone is even trying to control what you watch, my God, that's ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very judgmental right now. That's ridiculous. Why the hell can't you decide what you want to watch? Because you like adult film? We didn't like your adult film. I'm just saying. What, you like anime and they think anime is stupid? Ew. Ew. Why would you be like that? How dare you disrespect anime? Ew. I'm just saying. Hello. Stop being that way. Just be you. See the patterns. See how you're being treated. They treat you this way, and then when you call them out, what, they cry? Bitch, let me get some tissue for you because you're going to have to cry a lot. I don't. Mm-mm. I'm totally the type of, I have Capricorn heavy in my chart, yo. You want to start shit and then cry and be like, bitch, pause your crying, get some tissue. It's getting everywhere. I really am like that. Like, if I made you cry and I wasn't intending to make you cry, and I didn't realize the effect of my words would be so detrimental to you and your emotions, I will say sorry. I will comfort you. But if you're crying just to manipulate me, I'll be like, bitch, you got tissue? Don't wipe that shit on your shirt. Ew. I'm not gonna hug you after you wipe that shit on your shirt. Get tissue. Jesus Christ, cry proper. I'm so joking, but not. I've never said that to anyone, but I could totally see the potentiality. Like, that's totally something I'm capable of saying. I'm not even gonna pretend I'm capable of saying that kind of shit. Cry proper. Get tissue. Are you a freaking beast? Were you raised in a barn where there's no tissue? Oh my god. Oh, so okay, now I have to call myself out sometimes when I cry really hard and my husband is trying to comfort me and I'm so upset. I'll blow my nose on him. He'll offer his shirt and I will just be like on his clothes. And then I'll cry more. I'm sorry. I got my boogers on your clothes. And he's like, I'll change my shirt. Don't worry. I'm just saying. Oh, Matthew's talking about crocodile tears. When someone has cried in front of me with crocodile tears, I don't know what happens to me. I just kind of like, I find myself noticing specific words come out of my mouth, and they usually sound something like, cry louder, bitch. Shit. Stop it. You know? All right. See the truth. It's time to see the truth. It's time. Disgusting. It's not disgusting. It's not. You said it's okay. You said it was okay that I blow my nose in your shirt. It's not disgusting. It's not. It's holy. It's holiness. I'm blessing you. So, see the truth. There's wisdom in allowing yourself to see how things really truly are. Don't ever call that disgusting again. That shook me up. That shook me up. Respect your boundaries in reverse. So, I mean, it's someone's not respecting your boundaries. It's still disgusting. I'm gonna text you. Let me make sure you read that. Okay. Let two become one. That's exactly what's happening when I blow my nose on you. Two are becoming one. Holy biscuits. I texted him to please say it's holy. So that's compromise. That's compromise. We'll leave it at that. Let two become one. So this is a merger trying to occur. Okay. It's a merger trying to occur. Okay. Expand your universe, but it's in reverse. So it's like someone continues to try and remain in the same space. Eliza is asking, what did I walk into? You walked into me considering to merge my ass with his face. I'm about to to sit on you, sir. anyways, expand your universe, but it's in reverse. So that's telling me that it's fear. You're still afraid of what's going to happen. You got to set it free. Set it free. Set it free. All right. Ah ha ha. So I'm saying card number 26, parasitic. I swear, that's disgusting. That is disgusting when you allow someone that you know firsthand to be parasitic AF, to really be all up in your thoughts, to really, really manipulate your perception. That's disgusting. That is wholly disgusting. No, that's not holy. That's sacrilegious disgusting. That's blasphemy. That is being a blasphemer. Okay. Reborn from shadow, but it's in reverse. Someone's scared to enter and then exit their shadow. What's happening is someone is choosing to remain in that synthetic, it's a synthesized type of environment. Oh, okay. Yo, girl's about to get real loud. This is someone who's pretending to be you. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is someone who is attempting to synthesize your juju. They're attempting to be some type of what? Half-baked Emmy? Half-baked Emmy is raw. Salmonella, bitches. Salmonella. I'm just saying. Ooh. Mm-hmm. This is someone who, are they competing with you and you don't even know there's a competition? Bitches, are you serious? Alakazoo, Menchikaboo, la bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together and what have you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Ooh, ooh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, if that's what you like, I'm just saying. You like counterfeit. Mm-hmm. You like that Gucci with an H, hoochie? Huh? You like Louis Button? you like that counterfeit? Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing, I come from a people who is really good at counterfeit, right? I'm just saying, this is reality. Like if you've ever been to the Philippines, you have to go to Green Hills because they have all the counterfeit stuff there for cheap. Okay. And here's the thing. Some of those counterfeit items, those knockoffs, you can't even tell they're knockoffs. Why? Because they've gone ahead and they've paid the actual artisans who work for those fashion houses. And so they know exactly how to construct it. If you've ever seen a grade AA or something like that, boo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So while we were shopping there, I totally needed like a little bit of a backpack type purse. My little my I was gonna say my little fupa bag. What are they called? The one that you fanny pack. It's not a fupa bag. Oh my god. My fanny pack was too small. Okay. So I went ahead and I saw this really cute backpack. I wanted it for the backpack aspect, not because it was Gucci, but it was Gucci and it was like grade AAAA, something like that, right? And so I got it. I used it during the trip. And then we get home and, I'm still kind of, because I was using it like as a baby bag. And one of the models came over. It was during the time I was doing photography and makeup. And this model happened to be someone who's really into all of, the bougies. And she's like, "Oh, how was the Philippines? How, did you get to look at all the purses? I heard about this place called Green Hills." And I told her, "Oh, yeah, no, we went to Green Hills. I was all right. My son almost got abducted." I was like, "I wasn't feeling it." And she's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, but I did get a bag. I use it as my baby bag. It's right there." And I showed it to her. And she goes, "Oh my God, can I see?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And so she's going through my purse, right? My baby bag. And this bitch took everything out. She took everything out of my baby bag and she was going through it and she goes, "Oh my God." And I'm just looking at her like, "You gonna put those diapers back in there? You gonna put the baby wipes and everything back in there, right?" And she says, "You bought this there?" And I was like, "Yes." It was like $20. I don't know, $15, $10. It was cheap. And she's like, "This is grade A or diamond or something like that." I was like, "Okay, you gotta put this stuff back in." It's like, and she told me even the placement of the canvas fabric on the outside was exactly the same as hers because she had the same exact purse. And she was looking at the lining inside. She goes, "The lining is exactly the same." She opened the little zipper pocket inside the little backpack. And she goes, "Oh my God, they even have the same thing. The only thing missing is the serial number." And I was like, "Bitch, put my baby's things back in the bag. Put it back in the bag." And so, yeah, it really passed as an authentic Gucci backpack. It's still fucking counterfeit. It's fake. It's fake. I just wanted a backpack. I thought the design was cute. It's still fake. She goes, "Oh my God, you could totally pass this off." I'm like, "Girl, it's fake." "But it looks so real." No, it's fake. It's fake. She's just like, "Okay." No, it's fake. Okay? What's fake is fake is fake. And someone is existing in an environment with artificial light, synthesized environments are still synthesized. You understand medications are synthetic, right? They take the active component of the flora, the plants, and they synthesize that. They chemically reproduce it in a lab. And they talk about, "Oh, the purity, fuck your purity. It's pure in its organic state because there are other alkaloids and compounds, other parts of that complete plant profile that you are disregarding that helps to either enhance or protect the person from the using of that plant material." Why can't they synthesize breast milk? Because they don't know all the components. And what are the components that they can't synthesize? The moment a child's saliva makes contact with a mother's areola and nipple, her body begins to catalog all of the bacteria, the pathogens he's been exposed to. I exclusively breastfed my children. Why? For their health. For their health. Whenever someone would come home with a cold, all of us obviously will get sick. We're a very close family, except for the baby that's breastfeeding. That's the one that won't get sick. And as a matter of fact, when one of the kids would come down with the sniffles, I would have them all over me. Excuse me, I would share food with them. Go ahead, get me sick. I don't care. My body is starting to make all of that antibody for that specific strain. I swear, the newborn is never the one that gets sick. At worst, they get a little bit of a sniffle for a day, but that's it. That's it. Now, you can even use breast milk for pink eye. Baby has eye infection. Squirt some breast milk. It will clear it right up. Yup. It will clear it right up. All of these things that we're exposing ourselves to are synthetic. And I'm talking about like metaphoric as well, not just, the foods, the medicines. I'm talking about all of these things, the emotions, like they're synthesizing their emotions. That's fake crying. Fake crying is a synthesized emotion. Atraxigel. You're attracting to you the type of situations that will grow you. But if you refuse to grow in those situations, instead of just attracting it, you become stuck in it. You become stuck. Breast milk is good for eczema, so long as you don't use or eat foods that the person is intolerant of. If you do, it will flare up the eczema. Yes. And most children get eczema. I'm not a doctor. I just have a lot of kids. Most children will get eczema because of their intolerance to cow milk. Yeah. It's mostly, it's not carrageenan. That's not cow milk. What is it? Caseinate, that protein. It's typically that protein, not the lactose, that they become intolerant of. And so that gets expressed in the breast milk if the mother eats dairy, cow dairy. Card number 2, warrior spirit, but it's in reverse. So this is someone who is naturally a warrior, but they want to keep acting like they can't do nothing. Like, fuck out of here with your bullshit. You are pretending to be helpless. Stop it. Stop. You are not helpless. Now, just because I'm saying you're not helpless does not mean it's not going to be hard to go through what you're about to go through. So, Eliza, I know we've talked about this in public live streams in the past. And one of the things that I would say to you often was that you have options and you felt like you had none because, the options would be extremely difficult. I'm not sure what happened, but you selected different options because of whatever happened. Would you say that your life, although you might still be going through the struggles, I saw your comment the other day where you had just exited court, but would you say that your life has become more peaceful in many ways since you exercised different options than what you were participating in previously? I don't use anything on my face. It's genetics. I'm sorry. It's genetics, and I try my best to not eat foods that are inflammatory. Oh, sorry. Kelly asked, your skin is beautiful. What do you use on your face? Unless of course you're a troll and you're trying to get an opportunity to talk about semen facials. I don't know. I hear it's good for the face, whatever. Okay, invoke the Oraphim in reverse. Not only are you denying your warrior spirit, you're denying the very protection that is being afforded to you, extended towards you. Okay. Eliza says, yes, a peace I have now is something I feel like I haven't experienced before. Woo, everything is very new now. Not easy, but it's worth it. I still remember you were one of the people, you had said in the comments how he doesn't like that you watch me and that he was getting mad. And then so I I answered him while live and I was just like, no one invited you to watch. It's not our fault you're fucking nosy and are listening over her ear what she's watching. I'm not scared of you. I was just saying so much shit. Do you remember that, Eliza? I still remember that because the reason I remember that was my husband was behind the screen and he was like, I was like, I don't give a fuck. He really disliked me. Well, I think he's a bitch. I don't know who he is, but that's my perception of him. I think he's a bitch and I think he's scared of me. I think he's scared of me and I don't care. I don't care. I don't have to take him into consideration, you know? You know what I'm saying? My logic is, you want to come here and fuck me up? My husband will fuck you up. I'm just saying, he's a beast of a man. He'll fuck your ass up. That's the reality of that. I'm just saying. And no, I'm not the kind of woman that gets my husband into shit. 20 something years together, I've never gotten him into shit. Okay. I've never gotten him into fist fights and things like that. But I tell you, you come to my house trying to disrespect his wife, he will fuck your ass up. I'm just saying, you know, I'm trying to get all the dust bunnies out of my fan. I'm just saying, he needs to stop acting like smegma. I'm just saying, it's not even small d energy, it's just full on smegma. Just saying. All right, so I gotta get going. I have to teach a class. Card number 20, abundance sigil. You have to choose what you want to be abundant in. And that's that. You got to choose what you're going to be abundant in, because you can be abundant in goodness and grace, or you can be abundant in drama. Drama. Oh, Abigail, it was recorded. It was recorded. My husband was totally behind the scene, like, fucking stop talking shit. No, I'm not going to stop. Fuck him. He doesn't like me anyways. That was my logic. Why the fuck do I have to be nice to you? You don't like me anyway, so let me really give you a reason to not like me. Motherfucker. Card number 45, awaken gnosis. Yes. Awaken your sense of knowing of who you are in your life. Okay. And plus, one of the things that really, really got me to be like talking mad shit to him, and he couldn't do anything. One of the things was that I didn't like how he treats you. You were one of my girls. So I was just like, fuck him. I don't give a shit. All the shit that I should have said to girlfriends' husbands through the years, I'm gonna fucking say it to you, you weak ass piece of caca. I even added some special verbal effects. Let me stop. I gotta teach class. Okay, final card. Okay. We'll do some roomy. Yeah, no, I really got a mouth on me. And I will just say whatever I feel like saying when I feel it's appropriate to say it. But oftentimes I don't even put any thought into that. I'm just like, oh shit, did I just say that out loud? And then my husband will look at me and be like, yeah, you just said it out loud. Well, I mean, it's the truth, so I'm just saying. All right, let's pull one final card. Let's do this one. All right, card number 7. Ooh, someone wants me to have a conversation with theirs. I don't know if you want me to have a conversation with your excuse me. I don't know. I don't know. Card number 7, Blood Angel. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me. Like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away, it captured me and flew back to infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. The 9 spheres of heaven dissolved in that moon as a ship of my existence drowned in the sea of love. Do you dare place a limit on how much life you can contain? I pour of myself into your heart and invite you to become nothing and everything with me. Let us be the sunrise that greets the new day and the sunset that honors the dying of the day in radiant glory. Let us be the angel of light arising from darkness and the starburst in the awakening heart of a human. Be the moon at the back of my heart and the sun at the front of my heart. Be wordless and wise. Let us have nothing that we know for certain and be content. Let us be all and let us be nothing. Let us be. Mm, 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 mm. The oracle of the blood angel comes to you with a particular message. You are being given the gift of more life. You may experience this as growth, expansion, more energy, more life force, or divine electricity circulating through your system. The blood angel understands that in the gift of greater life, which enables a soul to live more of its essence, becoming a more palpable divine presence upon this earth, there are many unavoidable experiences. And I think that's what this is for whoever is struggling through this. You can feel it in your heart. The thing that you're not listening to is the thing that's teaching you the most. Listen with your feelings, not with your ears. The language of the heart is felt, not heard. You allow yourself to hear the empty words of people who are liars, blasphemers, those who attack the truth because the truth exposes their lie for what it is. No more. No more. One of these is that there will be more sunsets to counter the increase in your sunrises. This is about balance. When opening up to receive more, one needs to empty what has been to allow for a new influx of energy. Whenever life empties you out, you're being prepared to receive more. More. You don't want to mix new with the old because what's happening there? You are commingling energies, and instead of ridding yourself of the toxins, you're simply diluting it. The toxins are still there. And what happens when your body is already overloaded with toxins? Diluting a toxin does not help. You have to completely eliminate it. You have to. This is the very reason why you have eczema. You have to begin eliminating the very foods that you are reactive to. Your body is overwhelmed, overworked, and it's attempting to excrete these perceived toxins, poisons, through the largest organ possible, which is the skin. And that's why you develop skin eruptions. I'm telling you, my kids have eczema. They do. When they eat things they shouldn't, their eczema will flare. When they continue to eat in a way that honors their frequency and their needs, people often tell me, "Oh my God, your kids' skin is beautiful." I remember one time we were having like some barbecue or something like that. My husband's friend was over. He's totally not creepy. Okay. He's not creepy. His friend was over, and one of my toddlers came up, and I swear, like his skin, my toddler, his skin is like this milky white, and it's like porcelain, like living porcelain. And so my husband's friend is like, "Oh my God." He looks at my toddler and he's like, "Oh my God, can I touch his skin?" And I was like, sure. And I was there the whole time. And he touches my son's arm and he's like, "Oh my God, it's so soft." And I was like, "Don't make it weird." Don't make it weird though. Like, don't make it weird. But that's my kids' skin. Very, very soft, very much like porcelain. Like my skin right now is caca compared to how my skin used to be. My skin used to look like I live with a filter on and the bombest freaking foundation. I wasn't wearing anything. I mean, I'm still not wearing anything, but you can see a little bit of the crinklies. The skin's not the best now. That's okay. If you have eczema, you your son is probably reactive to dairy. Okay, well, first and foremost, I'm not a doctor. I'm not licensed to treat, diagnose, or any of that. I'm just giving you my opinions as a mother. If you try to remove all grains and all dairy from your child's diet, including casein and whey, you might see his skin clear up. And typically, when someone has eczema, they will most likely also develop or already have asthma. When you put all of those steroidal creams, those topical steroids or internal steroids, they are simply suppressing your body's reaction. It's not solving the problem. And when you suppress it enough, it enters into the lungs, that energy enters into the lungs, and you begin to develop respiratory issues. Be careful about those. And they thin the skin, they thin your skin. So, one of the best ways that I've found to address eczema, aside from dietary control, is if you take a strong brew of chamomile tea, organic chamomile tea, just chamomile. You take like 8 of the tea bags and you steep that in like a cup of water, hot water, and you let it steep for maybe 5-10 minutes. Let it cool down a little bit. Add about a tablespoon of olive oil and like a tablespoon of coconut oil. Whisk it up and use it as a wash. Use it as a wash on your child's skin, and it'll provide so much relief. The chamomile, if you brew it strong enough, it can have sedative effects, and it can be like almost like morphine. That's from the research that I've done. So that's what I used to do. And if your child is a toddler and they have eczema on their legs, or if they have it on their arms, that's usually indicative of like the kidney and the liver being overly worked, overburdened with toxins. And what I used to do while their body was still trying to purge the toxins, I would take girl tights, like the really thick tights, and I would soak that in that tea wash that I was telling you about. And then I would put that on them soaking wet. And then I would put stretchy pants on top. It would waterlog their skin. And that would really penetrate into some of the lower levels of their dermis. And it would provide skin relief, like itch relief. Okay. And I do that. I would wet a shirt, or I would cut the legs off of the tights and they would be like arm guards. And I would do that. Your baby is only 4 to 5 months old. Girl, you have to start now before they develop full on hyperpermeable bowel. They're reacting to cow's milk. They're not old enough to eat regular food. So if you're breastfeeding, it's going through your breast milk. It takes about 3 weeks to excrete all of that protein, that cow protein and the IgAs out, and then you'll begin to see relief. One of my kids was so sensitive that I couldn't eat it, anything he couldn't eat, and my husband too, because you sweat that out. If you're not breastfeeding and you're eating these foods, it goes through your pores when you sweat. And when you touch the baby, it then transfers onto their skin, and that might be something. They might also have contact dermatitis. If you're using soaps, like even all free, would cause a reaction. Tide is a huge no-no. Um, the softener like Downy, that's a huge no-no. Any types of fragrances, huge no-no. Any type of petroleum or petrolatum byproducts, derivatives, huge no-no. Huge no-no. So everything that I put on my children's skin when they were at the height of their health problems, it's all edible. It's all edible. You might want to see a naturopath. If you can't get in control of that, by the time they're 1, they'll develop hyperpermeable bowel, and then that will be an entire huge clusterfuck. Like, you got to get a hold of it now, and they'll have the opportunity to live a normal toddlerhood. If you don't, you're going to see the after effects, and it's going to be devastating to your heart. Yeah, we use, I think 7th generation was something that was okay for us. But everything else, like I can't be around people who wear cologne, perfume. I can't do scented candles. I can't do scented anything. I remember one time someone someone totally was like, "Oh my god, you smell so good. What are you wearing?" Sweat. That's my sweat. It was my husband. We had just gotten out of the gym and I was sweating like a mofo. And I went like this to my shirt because my boobs are all sweaty. And he goes, "Oh my God, something smells so good." That's my sweat. I'm dead. He goes, "Oh my God, you smell so good." Yeah, no, it was my sweat. You need soap. I would definitely, if you're having skin eruptions and you think it might be some type of microbial, fungal, any type of skin eruptions that have like a yellowy crust to it, like dried honey, that's the start of a staph infection. One of the best soaps is it's this, I believe it's Castile soap, and it's infused with true colloidal silver that cleared up impetigo real quick. You just wash it twice a day. And then it's hard because people might have some sensitivities. Neem can be an irritant if you don't dilute that enough. It can be a massive irritant. It irritated the shit out of my skin. My skin's very sensitive. Bronner's soap is really, really good. Bronner's, I think it's called Bronner's. It's that liquid Castile soap, and then they also have the bar soaps. So those are things that you can do. They're really, really good for the baby. Really, really good. Yeah. These tips, they're not expensive. These are things that I was able to implement as a low income person. They're not expensive. You can find these things pretty much any store. It might be better to get the bar soap because that has a tendency to last longer since it's a bar. And you're not using more than what you actually need. The liquid type, you might use more than what you need. You might see yourself going through it a lot faster. I would stay clear of all Johnson and Johnson products. Anything with dimethicone, that's a known carcinogen. It's a known carcinogen. I would stay away from baby powder, things with talc. That's a known carcinogen as well. As a matter of fact, I believe Johnson and Johnson is still in the middle of litigation because they've known for many generations that baby powder causes reproductive cancer. Quite a few people have died from this. Quite a few people have died. So it's serious. It's very serious. If and you don't have to get the stuff that's marketed as all natural because some of those things have dimethicone in it. That's not all natural. What you could do is get the raw ingredients: shea butter, mango butter. And you can go to the places that are spa treatment. They have the raw ingredients. You can put all these things together, melt it, and as it's still hot and melted, you could put in an ice cream maker, and that will turn it into a body butter. I'm just saying, I used to make my kids' body butter. I used to make their body butter. And I would put just a tiny hint of chamomile essential oil, which can be pricey, but you're using like 1 or 2 drops for a huge vat. So, and I used to do that, and it would kind of be almost like an itch relief cream. It helped them tremendously, tremendously. Yeah, the tea bags, the coconut oil, that's very inexpensive. Very, very inexpensive. And you can make that into a spray too. California Baby has some good stuff. They're not necessarily all natural, but they have some pretty good stuff. Their diaper wash, you can use that for skin eruptions. Anytime my kids have any type of boo boo, rashes, things like that, I spray that on it and it clears it up. As a matter of fact, when I was taking care of my mom, she developed like a yeasty infection on her armpit, and it was spreading down her side. By the time I saw it, it was spreading rather quickly. So I used that and my usual protocol, which is all natural, super cheap. And within like 2, 3 days, it was completely gone. And when her home nurse came, um, they were like, "Oh my God, how did you get rid of that?" I was like, "Oh, it's just all natural stuff." It was completely gone. I would stay away from oatmeal soap. I'm assuming your baby is one of the new children, a double diamond sun soul. And oatmeal is a grain, and that will have some cross reactivity if my assumption is right. If it's accurate, that will create a cross reactivity. Yeah. For people who are like me, my type of soul, what ends up happening is things that are not glutinous, they don't have any gluten in it, our body still registers it as cross reactivity, like it's gluten, but it's not. That's why I can't have rice. I can't have any of that. Um, I wouldn't do an oatmeal soak, but that's, I mean, that's up to you guys. I would not. I would personally not. If you want to soak a child, I would do it in that tea. You can put it in their bath. You could just sit it in their bath and do that. Yeah. As a matter of fact, when my kids were at their worst, I would soak them just like that with the tea in their bath, and I would let them sit in there for as long as they want. I'll only take them out when they're done. I won't dry them off. I'll soak the tights that I was telling you guys about. I'll soak it in more, and then I'll put it on them. I don't use any soap, none of that. Like unless they're like getting dirty or whatever, because I would soak them every day with no soap, and I would only use soap maybe once or twice a week. If their scalp, I smell them, they smell sweaty, okay, it's time to use soap. But outside of that, I really wouldn't, because it's stripping the essential oils that are necessary in their skin, which is then causing the dryness that further exacerbates. When they start scratching, you have staph that lives in your nose. And if they're touching their nose, or if you are touching your nose and now you're handling their skin, you can infect them. And that's impetigo. That's a very difficult infection to be rid of, unless you know my protocol, which will get rid of it and begin drying it out within 24 hours. Yeah, if you catch it early, you can be rid of it in 24 hours. If you allow it to really set in, take a few days, maybe up to a week, but you can be rid of it. You absolutely can. Yeah, maybe I'll do a series where I share some of the things that I did for my kids and my family to keep them healthy. I really gotta go. I'm sorry, guys. I could talk all day about this subject matter. I gotta go. If y'all can give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I should be live. I don't know if I'm going to go live tomorrow or Monday to do expedites. If you're part of my private ministry area, um, look on the announcement bar in the private ministry area to see any events that we might have for this weekend or for Monday. Okay, just always check that announcement bar. So I got to get going. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sharing this space with me super early in the morning. I really appreciate it. Please share this out for anyone you think might benefit. Don't tell them what to listen for. Just send them the video and be like, I think you should watch this, and let them decide for themselves what part can help change their life. So I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.